Hello.
Have to excuse me.
Oh,
I'm gonna be a little bit shy here.
I have to
Been
rename
a
it.
little while.
Toho?
I'm gonna be talking about Godzilla minus one.
Okay, then I will be Hoto.
Hoto.
It's
Maybe
just yours.
Toto.
Ooh, okay, yeah, yeah. I want to
The
go.
little
The dog
with these
from
little dogs that they were walking through the fucking
Yellow Brick
suicide
Road.
forest in.
Yep, right. Toto. You could be Africa. Africa by Toto. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Damn. It's fitting. I don't have any water in here.
You're just gonna pour it on yourself. You're gonna do one of those things where you sit back in your chair and you pull down the cord and it just rains on you.
I just do the hockey thing and just squirt my face with this.
Oh, okay.
Except this is not water.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, you said you're
We were
sick.
talking
Why are
about
you? What are you sick? What'd you get this time? And then I asked, is it the C? Did you get the C? Do you have the C?
um no. I may have had that before, but at
Oh,
least
I'm
I thought I
talking
had the
about.
big C before, but it was a
I'm.
sinus infection.
Oh no, no, I'm talking about cancer.
Oh, it might be because I the throat's not sore and I'm not stuffy. I just feel like my body's kind of shutting down. Very achy.
Okay.
I feel about 45% right now physically, but my throat feels good,
There you go.
which that's good for multiple different reasons. And I'm not stuffy, so I'm not going to be fucking throughout the whole episode. I shouldn't be coughing as much either, but
Like a
I
pig,
can't promise I won't cough at all.
like a little piggy boy, like a little.
Yeah. What's the movie? What's that movie where the scene where he says, "I want you to squeal like a pig for me"?
I was thinking you were gonna say like a
It's a really fucked up
land,
scene.
like Lord of the Flies with Piggy.
It's called Deliverance.
I thought you were talking like Lord of
That
the
scene.
Flies, where like Piggy gets killed with a rock.
I think you're underselling that massive boulder that he got crushed by a little bit, just calling it a rock.
You're right. Sorry.
No, it was like Patrick Starr's house fell on him.
Yeah, it was a giant rock, and the fact that some
I
kids
read the book and I saw the movie, and both rocks are not rocks. They're fucking boulders.
they are
And he
boulders.
got smushed like a wee little fly.
Like a lord. He was like a lord of the wee little flies. No,
Not
what was the
anymore.
who was the lord? What was the other kid's name? The kid who was like in charge.
Epstein,
Yeah, that's
maybe
it.
Epstein. I don't know.
That's it.
Was Piggy on
Um.
Epstein's list?
Oh
These are
shit.
some of the things we'll have to get into.
Piggy didn't kill
Was
himself.
was Godzilla on Epstein's list?
They're trying to say that Piggy's death was a suicide.
Oh, there's an idea for a movie. We
Yeah.
could make a Godzilla movie um, where instead of fucking up Tokyo, he goes and fucks up Epstein Island and kills a bunch of pedophiles. And all the kids say
Can you
thank
imagine?
you, and he walks back into the ocean.
Can you imagine like Stephen Hawking just being like, "Oh no, what is that?"
Oh no, it's a big lizard. How am I going to have intercourse with kids now? I don't
No,
know
he
if he was
wasn't
actually
having
doing that stuff, but
he wasn't
I know he
having
was on the list.
he wasn't having intercourse with kids. He was watching this is what they called it. He was watching little people in
Oh, right, I
like
forgot.
tube skirts answer like math equations while he just sat there like this.
I know Stephen Hawking was such a freak. I would say I respect it, but I mean, that would be a really bad look considering he was on Epstein Island.
Mr. Hawking,
We're
I
like,
don't
we're like 5 minutes into this thing and we're already probably gonna get in trouble.
Mr. Hawking, I don't know these equations.
Solve for X. And then he does this and he puts the X in front of his crotch or something.
Well, he
Starts
can't
doing
move
the
his
Triple
arms.
H thing.
He can't
Oh,
move his
right. So I guess he'd have a little person do that for him.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, they're like, where's X, Mr. Hawking? He's like, lower, warmer, warmer, hot, hot.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
So
We've
yeah,
got Stephen Hawking on the verge of orgasm.
we got our inside sources.
When does the actual list drop?
I don't know. I've been hearing. Um,
I feel like I'm being teased with this thing. It's been like months
yeah,
waiting with
it's gonna
anticipation.
drop. It's gonna drop, but then like we're gonna be going
Woody
into.
Allen is definitely going to be on there.
Oh, he is.
Like he's already on it, like it's confirmed.
So here, I don't know about confirmed, but here was a like a
He's got to
report,
be on
a
Roman Polanski.
reported flight. I have to find it. Flight log list. So there was a flight log list that was reported. Oh, God, a long time ago. And all of the names so far that have been officially released have been confirmed. Um, so like, I mean, I can. Some of them are big names in Hollywood.
I feel like Woody Allen is definitely like a minus 1300 to be on that list.
Yes.
Like
Would
I
you like?
haven't seen anyone other than Stephen Hawking. I just know he's on that list.
Where's the official picture?
I wonder if I know anybody on the list. Probably not.
Like personally,
Yeah.
um, it'd be kind of wild.
Like if my dad was on the list or something.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's just like we thought we were just going like vacation.
Hmm. So what's gonna happen with the island now?
Okay, would you want to
Will it
hear
turn
some?
into like a resort?
No, this is all the prequel. This is how they got to the Jurassic World. It was that island. So once they wiped it from pedophiles, they started like rebuilding dinosaurs.
Is it Isla Nublar?
Hmm.
Or is it Isla Sorna?
Um,
Was it the island from the first movie?
no, from the Chris Pratt one.
Oh, so I think that was Isla Sorna,
Yeah,
the one with the volcano. What a massive oversight, by the way, when they were planning and building there. Just completely ignore the active volcano.
yeah. Do you want to hear the names?
The
Well, some of
ones
them
that
I can
have
read.
been released
If
so far.
the ones that have been released so far, the only big names were Stephen Hawking, Bill Clinton, Al Gore, one of the professors from Harvard, Alan
If Al Gore's
Dershowitz.
there, then Man Bear Pig is definitely there.
Yeah, and then who was the other big name? I think that was it so far. But one of the so I'll just go through. I'll just find out like the
Trump's on there, right?
no,
Or
not
is he
yet,
not confirmed yet?
not confirmed yet.
He's got to be the highest odds, right?
He is, but the so far what his name has been in the documents, but only in the documents of like they were asking like the victim, like, have you seen Trump on the island? She was like, no. He was like, have you massaged Trump at the island? No. And then it was like, did you hear Trump's name being called or something like that? And they were like, yes, they called him because they wanted to go to his casino.
I think that more likely, I saw a guy that looked like Trump, but I mean, he had a big old beard and glasses on. It couldn't have been him.
Yeah. Okay, so let me read some of these names. I'll just read all like the big names. Start with A's. Anderson Cooper, Alec Baldwin,
Oh,
Ben Affleck,
Christ.
Beyonce, Bill Clinton, Bill Murray, Charlie Sheen, Chris Tucker,
That's not shocking.
Chrissy Teigen, Courtney Love, Dan Schneider, Demi Moore, uh, obviously Jelaine. Can't make out those names. James Franco, James Gunn, Jim. Oh, your boy.
My boy,
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's on the list.
Oh no, I was gonna say Jim Carrey.
Oh, I mean, you
But this
can't
is just
confirm that
people who have these
they're
are
there. They're not necessarily having intercourse with kids.
exactly. So Jim
I don't
Carrey,
think Jim Carrey's doing that kind of stuff.
no. Jimmy Kimmel,
Um,
John Cusack,
Charlie Sheen, on the other hand,
yeah,
I'm gonna
John
need some proof
Legend,
that he didn't.
um, Kathy Griffin, Katy Perry, Kevin Spacey.
Oh boy.
Yep,
Oh boy.
yep. Eminem,
Look out. That's a scary one.
yeah.
Is
Eminem.
there like a date next to
Meryl
Kevin
Streep.
Spacey's name?
No, these are just names.
Is this like 2017 Kevin Spacey?
This is
Because if
just
so,
this is
it's
just like
over for everybody.
this was the very first suspect list.
I see.
Eminem, Meryl Streep, um, Oprah, Quentin
Okay, so was
Tarantino.
this island like a big deal before the sex scandal shit came out? Because I'd never heard of this place before all this came out.
Well, we're almost finished. Quentin Tarantino,
Shocking.
Robert Downey Jr., Seth Green, Stephen Colbert, Steven Tyler, Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Wanda Sykes, Will Ferrell, Will Smith, Woody Allen.
Shocker.
Those are all the big names. Um, this only some of these people have been confirmed. Not everybody, but again, that was just those people have been confirmed to have sex with kids. But like Stephen Hawking's not on this list, but he was confirmed there.
You're guilty until proven innocent, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, welcome back to the pod. We're back. Um,
Yeah.
new episode of 2024, first episode of 2024, episode 34.
Now that the
Nope,
holidays are out of the
33.
way, brilliant. Now we can get started on the Godzilla Epstein Island movie. I think
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
that would be very funny.
I'll start a script.
Who are we gonna try to sell that to?
I get arrested for it. Harvey Weinstein.
Okay,
We'll visit him in prison.
that's fine. I like
Thanks.
that. Okay. I watched some movies too, Zach.
I'd hope so. It's been a while.
I watched a lot of movies. Um, I didn't.
Watched some new ones. I rewatched some old ones.
Yeah,
So I got plenty of stuff to talk about.
I rewatched a lot of old ones. But I did record on Letterboxd a couple new ones, which I'm not really going to dive into a whole lot. If you want to read my review on some of these ones, you can just go to the Letterboxd. I'm not going to really talk that much about them, but because I'm not going to talk that much about them, I don't know if you'd like me to go first. I only have three.
Go on
Just
now.
quickly to the point. First one I watched was the Leave the World Behind. Um, and I just rated it a 76 out of 100. Thought it was just like an average watch, just a fun little watch. Nothing too crazy, nothing too, you know, out of the norm of what I would have expected that movie to be. But it's just a fun little watch. The other one was Rebel Moon. Um, very disappointed with this movie. And like I kind of mentioned to you before, so this is somebody just needs to explain to me why the shit happens to Zack Snyder, like why his movies get released, but they're not actually like his movies. Because like leading up to this, it was always just he kept saying like this isn't the product I wanted to put out. I have a 4 hour cut, which is the movie. And you can tell because this one was very rushed, clunky. It's just a piece of shit. But it has everything you need to be a really cool sci-fi epic, and to make it like I think a trilogy. I think they wanted to do either a trilogy or two parts. I don't know if you can confirm or deny that statement.
I can't confirm or deny either of those things. As far as I'm concerned, you're the Rebel Moon expert on this podcast.
Okay. Um, they have really cool characters, an awesome storyline, beautiful, beautiful visuals, but like everything was off. Like it was just so rushed. I watching the movie, I didn't give a fuck about the characters except for the main actress. And that's because I really didn't get to like I really didn't know them. They kind of just were thrown in, being like you have to basically root for this person. I didn't really care. I had no attachment, but they were like cool characters. So the 4 hour cut, I hope, has all that stuff that I want. But like I love sci-fi epics. I love Zack Snyder's filmmaking. I love that you can see in this clunky piece of shit, he really wants to make a good movie. And it's kind of just like Justice League. Like you could see that that movie was supposed to be good, but it wasn't. And then he released his, which was fucking great. But it's just I just don't think it's fair to to him, to viewers, to people who do this like us. Um, so the Rebel Moon that is actually out there, that is on Netflix, I believe right now. I put it at a 50 out of 100.
Mm. And
Yeah,
you say your average is 75 or something?
yeah, 70s to yeah 70 75. It's just a clunky piece of shit. The only reason I have it rated as so high is because like it just looks fucking awesome.
Now,
Um,
here's a question.
okay,
Would you rather rewatch Rebel Moon, or Moonfall? Purely from an enjoyment standpoint.
Rebel Moon. I don't think that was the answer
Uh,
you wanted me to say.
no. I'll defend Moonfall to the end of the earth.
Okay. And then the
My
last
favorite bad
one,
movies I've ever seen.
the last one I had
So rewatchable.
was Bradley Cooper's Maestro. Um,
So, I've heard
Maestro,
mixed things. I still haven't watched it.
beautiful. I
I
thought
want
it
to
was
watch that, and I want to watch Saltburn. That's on my list before the next Epi next week. I'll
uh
have those done.
Saltburn. I will talk about it next week because I have seen it. Maestro, my only review on Letterboxd is just as beautifully done. It's a beautiful movie. I love it. Again, there are things that the way they told the story was different than how I pictured the story being told. Um, some parts, off here and there or whatever. I have it as a low 80, 82, which is a very good score um, for, I guess, the way I rank movies. But yeah, 82 out of 100. I thought it was really, really, really well done. And then,
Are you a Lenny Bernstein expert?
no,
Would you have done it differently?
I don't know if I would, but I don't know if he's that interesting to where it could be like in the 90s, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. It was
Yeah.
very, you could compare it to Tar a whole lot. Just like a real,
Oscar Beatty.
a really, his performance probably.
I mean, Oscar Beatty can be a good thing too. Doesn't
Yeah.
have to be
His
a
performance,
bad thing.
I would say is probably Oscar Beatty. But you can compare it to Tar. It's basically the same story, but as a male, insanely talented, a passion for what he does, but just his life is just fucking crazy.
What do I keep seeing on uh like Instagram film pages that I follow? Like all of them like reposted the same thing about how Bradley Cooper spent 6 years practicing for a 6-minute scene. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, you didn't. Nobody would ever do that. It's first of all, it's a massive waste of time.
Yeah,
And second of all, it's not true. There was something else you remember the movie Brave, the Pixar? I think it was Pixar.
yeah,
The animated movie Brave.
yeah.
They said that the animators studied like Scottish hair patterns for 13 years before they animated her hair. The same
No, they
thing.
didn't.
No, you didn't. You're
If you
full of
would have
shit.
told me Heath Ledger practiced the Joker for 8 years before playing it, I would say, okay, maybe.
No, you didn't.
But he didn't.
No, but you don't need to practice anything for 8 fucking years unless you're like a brain
Oh,
surgeon or
maybe
something.
Daniel Day Lewis's Lincoln.
I think people say that type of stuff so they get more notoriety, more recognition. You didn't practice for 6 years. You may have
It's a,
practiced for like 6 months,
it's a
like
sports
really
hot take.
hard, which is a shitload of time to practice.
It's a
But if you're
sports
doing
hot take
anything
in
for
the film
6 years
industry.
for a 6-minute scene, you are wasting your time. And
Are
I
you wearing a
hate
snuggie?
I hate posts like that. Nobody would ever do that.
Are you wearing a snuggie?
Hmm. It's like that Bruno Mars song. I'm sitting in my snuggie, but unlike Bruno Mars, I will not be having some really nice sex. Just gonna be sitting here cold, but also sweating. I don't know what it feels like to be healthy anymore. It's been 2 weeks of illnesses.
Yeah.
Maybe I do have the big C. Who knows?
Who knows? I did add a,
We'll find out in a few months.
I did add a lot of movies to my watch list. I
Such
now have
as
Godzilla minus one.
gotta watch. It's still out in theaters. I just saw Brandy One is still showing it.
Wonderful.
You gotta see it
That
in a
might be
movie
this
theater
week.
before
That
it
might be
leaves.
a this weekend. Go see it.
It's absurdly good.
I
And
do.
the score,
Well,
it might be my favorite of the year.
Godzilla vs Kong, the new one's coming out in like May, isn't it? Or March?
Yeah. And this one just I have no desire to see that. Because I'll just rewatch this one. Because
I did.
I'm certain that they will make the most boring fucking characters of all time, like
Yeah,
they do with every one of these.
yeah. I did watch.
Godzilla minus one is the it's like I hope it gets the Parasite treatment.
Oh,
Yeah. I want it to get nominated for everything. Maybe not necessarily win everything, because I think Oppenheimer's gonna sweep pretty much everything, but I want it to get nominated for a bunch of stuff. It deserves it.
I did
It's
watch
so
the Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
That's the show, right?
Yeah, but so Godzilla minus one is not in that like universe.
No, this is completely separate. This is the uh Japanese studio Toho,
Yeah,
who made the original Godzilla.
yeah,
This is a Japanese movie, so you're gonna get subtitles. All the characters are Japanese. Takes place just after World War II.
yeah. But it's fucking beautiful just based off the trailers. I'm assuming it's just like that throughout the whole film.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mm.
All on a $15 million budget,
But
which
yeah, I did
there's
watch
some.
Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I have one episode left. I don't know if it's out yet. It might be out tomorrow, or it is out. Came out last week. I didn't finish it, but I have one episode left. It's a slow burn. But then like it starts to pick up. It's really fucking good. I really really enjoy it. Um,
Terms of good, like scale wise, action
yeah,
wise,
both.
are
It's more
the
of
human
a
characters as boring as ever?
no. It's more of a uh Lee Shaw. You know who that is in like the
No,
universe of okay. Um, I guess you wouldn't. He's really
no, I
introduced.
don't know any of them. I've only watched Kong Skull Island, which I
Okay,
thought was pretty stupid, and then the original 2014 Gareth Edwards Godzilla.
okay.
I haven't
So
watched the other one.
so Lee Shaw. It takes place in two different timelines, like like the past and the present. And the past Lee Shaw is played by uh Wyatt Russell,
Cool. Love
who
Wyatt Russell.
who started Monarch with uh Bill Randa, who in Skull Island was um John
John
Goodman.
Goodman.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him back, not eaten, so
Yeah.
I figured there was some flashbacky stuff.
Yes. So Anders Lee from or not Anders Lee, the fucking hockey player. Anders whatever from Workaholics.
Clearly, it takes place in
Yeah, like the
New
60s,
York area.
30s or 50s. No, not really takes place in New York.
Island is hockey. Boring as
It
shit.
takes place all over. But so anyway, uh, it shows you how they started Monarch to what is going on now, where present day Lee Shaw, who is Kurt Russell, Wyatt's dad.
Wow. I wonder how they came up with that casting.
Yeah. Uh, and he finds the grandchildren of Bill Randa. So Hero, Bill Randa's son, Hero, his kids, and they are trying to um, basically take out Monarch because Monarch fucked over Bill Randa and Lee Shaw back in the day.
Goddamn politics.
Yeah,
What's Millie Bobby Brown doing in this one?
nothing. She's not in this. This takes place before in the timeline. This takes place before Godzilla vs Kong.
Oh, can you, what was Millie Bobby Brown's, what did
Character.
she do in that movie which one was it? Was it Godzilla versus Kong? That's the
Yeah,
one she was in.
yeah.
What did she do there? All I saw was like
I don't know.
trailers of her like
She didn't really do much.
befriending Kong or something.
That was basically it.
Great character arc. All right, move. Continue.
But so this takes place after the first Godzilla movie in this universe. So Kong Skull Island, then the Godzilla one where he destroys is it Tokyo? Or is it wherever the fuck it is? And then this
Usually
and
Tokyo.
this and then Godzilla vs. Kong and then the new Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know. It's a really
Okay.
cool story. I like it. So that's that.
You know what the budget is for it? How many episodes?
10?
10? And
Yeah.
are they dealing with like a Rings of Power type of budget?
Monarch Legacy of
We still
Monsters
giving absurdly ridiculous budgets out?
budget.
Hollywood doesn't know how to deal with budgets correctly.
The Monarch Legacy of Monsters
Oh,
budget.
I'm sweating my balls off.
Uh,
Sweating in my
I
snug.
can't find the budget.
Goodness. Well,
Huh?
maybe they want to keep it on the hush hush because it's so absurdly high.
Maybe. Um,
Probably.
so what they, I guess you're gonna watch it, so I'm not gonna really get into it, and we can talk about it once you watch
If I will. I
it.
find it very hard to get into the Godzilla and Kong universe.
Okay. So
I
what
don't
they
know.
okay, so then I'll say what they find out is since before they started Monarch, they had like the Titans that have been there the whole time. And the reason they do that is there's a portal kind of like underground where they can it's two worlds kind of with each other. So you go down and you can go into the other portal, like into like the Titan world. And that's how they've been coming up and leaving like Earth and just going into their Earth.
Where they
And
gotta like shut the portal down.
no, so they're just going in there. Well, Lee Shaw's trying to shut the portal down,
Mm.
but he fell into the portal because it killed Bill Randa's wife, and he had a thing for her, so she died in there. He went in to save her. He was in there for a while. He came back out. So he's like Kurt Russell's character is like 91 years old, and the reason he's 91 technically is because he was in this other universe for like 15 years, which felt like 5 days or something like that. They
Mm.
went down on like a whole Monarch mission because his character was in the army and he was spearheading this program. So they got the funding or whatever and the approval to send like a team down into the portal. And the whole team dies except for him, but he's stuck in there. So he had to find his way out. And once he finally got out, he was like unconscious and he realized it was like 15 years later. And Bill Randa's son, Hero, was trying to shut down Monarch.
His name is Hero.
Yeah, Hero. Here, I don't want to say it's Hiroshima, but
That would be very disrespectful.
Hiroshi. So they just call him Hero.
Guy sounds like he has a bit of an ego problem.
Kinda.
Does he? Is he like a Cutter Gautier type?
No,
He thinks
because
his shit don't stink, Hero?
no. So he tries to shut it down when he comes back from the portal, which was 15 years later. The current present day timeline, the grandkids, they think they're or Bill Randa's grandkids, Hero's kids. Hero's kids think that Hero's dead, but they find out Monarch's been covering the fact that he's alive, trying to still get the Titans and fuck shit up to close Monarch down. So it's like they're all just trying to find their dad, and Kurt Russell's character is basically using the kids to find the dad to then shut down Monarch. So they both have their own agendas. It's all tying together pretty well. I kind of like it.
All right. Well, I mean, I still have to get through Succession before I can start this. God knows I've
You
been
don't
trying to finish episode 5 for about 7 to 8 months now.
you don't have to finish it.
I was thinking it's uh, not a bad show. Just not,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah,
I haven't really missed it.
but the other stuff that I was talking about beforehand, the movie list, that I've my watch list. Godzilla minus one, obviously. May December, which is also on Netflix, which I hear is really 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 good.
May,
Uh,
December.
Keira Knightley
Heard
and no, not Keira Knightley. Natalie,
of. Natalie Portman, the other
Natalie,
Keira Knightley.
yeah, the other Keira Knightley, Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. That one,
No.
Anyone But You, Iron Claw, Wonka, Poor Things, American Fiction, Saltburn, but I have to just review it because I've already seen it. Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Priscilla, and then a bunch of old older movies like Almost Famous. I put on there the Card Counter, which I want to see. Basketball
Oh,
Diaries,
so go
Sunshine.
through those your two watch lists because there's some that are
Go through my
also
watch
on
list.
mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you the ones that I also have on mine.
Okay. So I'll start from the bottom, and I'll work
Okay.
my newest ones that I put on there. So I have The Forgiven with Ray Fiennes, Fablemans,
Hmm.
Argentina 1985.
Still haven't seen the Fablemans.
Nope. Um,
Prepared to be probably whelmed,
okay.
medium whelmed, I
Okay.
think.
Argentina 1985. A Man Called Otto. Sisu.
Oh, I do want to see Sisu.
Devotion. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, touchy
Devotion
topic.
with Prison Boy,
Prison Boy. Yep.
Violent Boy.
I'm assuming some of these on here are not going to be very good, and you'll understand once I start getting into the ones that aren't going to be very good.
Huh. Yeah.
But they're just movies I haven't seen, so I want to watch them. Honor Society with Gaten Morazzi, the Stranger Things kid.
Which one is he?
Uh, the Toothless.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
know who. Okay, I know who you're talking
Um,
about.
A Christmas Story. Christmas.
Christmas Story Christmas.
Yeah, it's when Ralphie. It's the one where Ralphie's an adult.
It's like in the Wreck-It Ralph universe. Who's Ralphie?
Have you seen A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kid with the glasses who sticks his tongue to the pole.
Okay.
It's him as an adult.
See the one who shot himself in the eye with the Red Ryder BB
Yeah.
gun? Okay.
Um, Emancipation with Island Boy Will Smith.
Ah, prepared to be whelmed or even underwhelmed.
Okay.
It's not that great.
Bo is Afraid.
I was afraid I have that on one of my watch lists. I haven't looked at that one for a while.
A Knock at the
I think I
Cabin.
could just watch that on. I can watch it on something for sure.
Apple.
Okay, I do have that.
I
I do
think.
have an
Wait.
Apple
Bo is
account.
Afraid.
Might even
Yeah,
be
it's on Apple.
on. It might be on Amazon too, or maybe I'd have to pay for it.
Stream. Paramount. That's what it is. It's on Paramount. Or you can rent it on Apple.
Okay.
Um, Knock at the Cabin. Um,
I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. Indiana
M.
Jones.
Night's
No, I did see.
always.
Okay, the new Indiana Jones. I did see. Meh. Whatever. There's my review.
Yeah, not what I expected.
Yep.
How was the de-aging effects in that? Were they good?
They weren't awful.
Well,
You,
I mean, for a $400 million budget, you'd hope so.
yeah.
Anyway,
What's bullshit is they fucking tease another one.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna be getting another one.
The end of it. Do you care at all?
No, I don't care at all.
The end. So
I only
Miriam.
care about the original three.
The end of it. Spoiler alert for Indiana Jones. Miriam comes back to try to stop Indy from doing his shit, just like retire, basically, just live your life here with me. He puts his hat out the door on the terrace, on like the in New York or whatever city, New York, and then the end of it is the fucking circle, of all darkness that closes in on the hat, and then his hand pulls it out of the window, like it pulls it back in.
Mm.
Whatever. Mads
Oh,
Mikkelsen's good in it.
it is. I imagine he's good in it. I don't imagine they wrote his character out too well.
Nope, not really.
That's what I heard. But who plays
Okay,
Miriam? What's that actor's name? It's Karen Allen. Yeah,
yeah,
Karen Allen. She only I've only seen her pop up twice. Actually, I've only seen her pop up once, and it was for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And I guess if she pops up in this movie, I haven't seen her anywhere else.
yeah. She's at the end of this movie. Toby Jones is in this movie. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she's good. I like her.
I love Toby Jones.
Um, but anyway, that was that. Moving on. Tetris.
Next lap.
Haven't
Yes,
seen Tetris.
Tetris is the screenwriter of Tetris is writing Ron Howard's new movie Eden.
Yes.
I'm very excited about.
Obviously, I pre-put on here Dune Part Two.
Obviously, waited
Uh,
long enough.
yep. I've had Mission
Both
Impossible.
have been delayed. I can't wait for the third one to Doom Aside to also get delayed by 6 months.
Mhm. Dead Reckoning Part One, Flamin' Hot,
Rising box
which
office
I heard
bomb.
is which I heard is dog shit.
Real victim of what's the dog shit?
Flamin'
Dead
Hot.
Reckoning.
No, I heard dead, and I've seen reviews or not reviews, but ratings. Dead Reckoning is like in the 90s on most people.
Well, all of those movies always are, mainly because there's, I mean, top tier stunt work,
Yeah,
insane scope. I've heard some iffy things about the story, meaning there's underwhelming, but you don't really go for the story anyway. You go for the set pieces.
yeah,
An unfortunate victim of Barbenheimer as well.
yep. We'll just keep going through my list because I have a couple more, a lot more actually. Flamin' Hot, dog shit. I hear, but I want to see it. Napoleon, which I still haven't seen.
Four
Um,
hour cut's coming soon.
yep.
Maybe it's similar to your Rebel Moon thing.
Weird Al, the Weird Al story with Daniel Radcliffe. Alpha Dog, 2006.
Just throwing that in there.
Yep, that's on my watch list. What's this one? 2017, All the Money in the World.
I've seen that
Uh,
twice since I've moved into this house.
I
Still
want.
love it.
You like it
Oh,
with
it's
Mark
great.
with Wahlberg and Michelle Williams?
Hmm.
Yeah, I
My
want to.
favorite Michelle Williams performance.
Dumb Money. A Haunting.
Money. Is that the
That's
one? Is Dumb Money
the
the one with
Paul Dano,
right.
the AMC thing. A Haunting in Venice. Uh, I have a 1962 Japanese from Misaki Kobayashi, Harikari.
Can't go wrong with Japanese cinema or Korean cinema as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. Um, After Sun. Then
After
I have,
Sun. Oh yeah, Paul Mescal.
then I have a 1989. I hear it's a classic. A lot of moms love this movie. Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias, not to be confused with Magnolia.
Yep. Um, Bottoms. I hear that was pretty.
Bottoms.
Yep.
Looking at you fellas.
Bottoms. Am I right, fellas? Uh,
Mm,
then Sanctuary, 2022. Um,
isn't it?
Margaret
I don't know if
Qualley,
I've heard of it.
Margaret Qualley, Christopher Abbott. It's a short. It's a. I guess it's an indie project from Zachary Wigon, Wigon. No idea. I don't know. I threw it on the list. I haven't seen it.
Sketch
Uh,
Lab.
what's this one? Totally Killer.
Totally killer. It's like a schlocky horror comedy. Kind of sounds like it.
Yeah. One of the reviews from
Sounds
the
like
guy,
a babysitter by McGee type of thing.
one of the guys I
Like a
follow,
Netflix type
Box
of thing.
says this is just what his review is. Why I added it to the list. He said it's fine, it's fun. I laughed more than I expected.
That got you on board?
Yeah, why not? He rated
That
it.
sounds like a movie I'm gonna come out of and being like,
He rated
okay.
it 3 stars, 3 out of 5.
Out of five.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good.
Ferrari.
That's that's some actually mostly negative things about Ferrari. I don't know,
20th
I was really
Century
looking
Women.
forward to it. I guess prepared to be whelmed. I'm
For
prepared to
Ferrari.
be whelmed when I see Ferrari. Yeah.
Okay. The next
I'm
one
not
I have.
going in expecting the greatest car movie of all time or anything like
No,
the trailers say.
but I am a sucker for Adam Driver.
And I'm a sucker for Penelope Cruz.
Yep. Uh,
And I mean, it's Michael Mann, so Michael Mann, he's moving forward with Heat 2 as well. So
the next
with
one I have
Adam
is
Driver here.
2016 20th Century Women,
Can't relate.
followed by Sunshine from 2007.
Great movie.
Then I have the big 2017, the
But, but, hmm?
Beguiled,
What?
Beguiled. I don't know.
Beguiled?
Beguiled.
I don't know. How's it spelled?
Beguiled. I think it's the Beguiled. Colin
Okay.
Farrell, Nicole Kidman, Kirsten Dunst, Elle Fanning. Yeah, look, I don't
Mm,
know. I just add Basketball Diaries, 95 with Leo.
I love drugs.
The Card Counter, Oscar Isaac.
I have
Almost.
not heard good things about that,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
but who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It's all subjective. Almost Famous, which I hear is really fun.
That a, this isn't a rewatch. You haven't seen Almost Famous?
No, haven't seen it.
Well, you're in for a treat.
I hear it's really good. I want to see it. I have not got around to see it yet.
Yeah, you
Uh,
should see it as soon as possible. But
okay,
you should probably watch Godzilla minus one first.
okay,
Before it leaves theaters, you got to see this thing in IMAX. It's ridiculous
okay.
in all the best ways.
Priscilla,
More Elvis content than I was expecting recently, but here we are.
and then all the new ones: Killers of the Flower Moon, The
Hmm.
Holdovers,
Holdovers I
Saltburn.
have seen.
Saltburn, I have seen. Um,
Holdovers is my third favorite movie of the year, I think.
oh, fun. Okay,
Incredible. So fucking funny. Puts a tear in your eye too. It's probably in my top. It's in my top five favorite holiday movies now.
I hear it's
It's
kind
fucking
of like
incredible.
a modern day Dead Poets.
Yeah, kind of. It looks like it was filmed in the late 70s or early 80s.
Okay,
A
good because
return to form for
Dead,
Alexander Payne after that last Steve Carell movie.
yeah,
I don't remember what that was called. I know it was really bad though. But it's incredible. And then
good because
first performance from Dominic Sessa.
mhm.
Awesome. It's
um
funny, it's sad, it's great. Definitely watch it.
okay. Then I have American Fiction. Came out last
That
year.
with
Jeffrey
America
Wright.
Ferrera.
No, as Jeffrey Wright
Uh,
and Tracy.
oh, right now I'm mixing up my American Ferrera movie.
Yep. Then
Black
I have
American.
Poor Things, which I heard was fucking outstanding.
That's on my list too. I'm going for Willem
Wonka, which I
Dafoe
heard is
and
just
that
like
face.
whatever if you just want to watch it.
Anything Yorgos Lanthimos does.
Yeah, I really really want to see it. Just off the trailers, I like the what like the creativity in its visuals, which makes me excited.
Gives me kind of a Wes Anderson vibe.
Yeah, like a Wes Anderson. What did you see the Wes Anderson Roald Dahl short thing?
Is that the short movie on Netflix?
Mhm.
No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's only like 39 minutes, but it gives me that kind of feel, which I really like enjoyed.
Like if Wes Anderson went dark.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. But that's on my list as well.
Then I have Wonka, The Iron Claw, Anyone But
That's
You,
on my list.
May
Big time.
December, and Godzilla minus one.
Yep.
Which one's on your list?
The Iron Claw.
Yeah, I might as well just bring a box of tissues with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know the
A24
story.
continues to just do
I know the story. I
A24 shit.
happened. Um, but
You know, I think Brian would love that movie too.
yeah, it's a
As
dude.
an avid wrestling fan.
But yeah, I know the story of the Von Erich, so I know. Spoiler alert: if you don't know it, don't bother looking it up, or the movie will be spoiled for you. But I want to see it. Anyone but you, obviously, because of Sydney Sweeney's boobies. May December because I heard it's really good, and then Godzilla, which
I'm going for Glenn Powell's rock hard abs.
or his butt.
Also not going at all. I'm just not doesn't really pique my interest.
No, I'm in no rush to see that one. It's just like if I ever get around to it, it's on the list.
What did you say after that one?
May December,
Ah, yes.
and then Godzilla minus one. So back to the beginning.
I want to see Past Lives too. And fuck, what's the other one
That
called? Yeah, Past Lives with
2023.
yeah.
Readily. I have not
There's
seen that.
another one too. What the fuck is it called?
Somebody said, okay, here's a review of that movie. No spoilers. It says this movie is a music video for Coldplay's The Scientist.
Past
Four,
lives.
yeah,
Hmm.
and 4.5 star rating. The
See,
other
no lies here,
review
no lies.
is
Hmm.
there are parts of this movie. I'm trying to
Candle.
skim, make sure there's no spoiler. Okay, there are parts of this movie where it's the best romance to come out in the past 5 years. The three main performances are undeniable, and the film steps up in spots it needs to, delivering one of the best final scenes you'll see all year.
Well, if that's not a selling point, I don't know what is. I was already excited about it.
4 stars.
Um,
He said not everything worked for me, but the three main performances are undeniable.
what's the other one I was thinking of? I can see the poster. I think it's poster is the main character's like lying down in the snow, and it's not Society of the Snow, which is also on my list,
That's on my yeah. I
which is
just
on
saw that.
Netflix.
Put it on my list. I heard a lot
Um,
of it. When did this come out?
fuck me, what is it? I don't know.
Do you know what
This is
year
gonna,
this came out?
oh, this is gonna, yeah, it came out this year. It's like one of the best movies of this year.
2023.
Yeah, 2023 or late
Oh,
2022.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yes, Anatomy of a Fall.
Yep.
So I got a lot of shit to watch. And then obviously Night Swim. Who would miss Night Swim for the world?
Yeah, I don't care about Night Swim.
Night Swim, from what I've heard, it's something that I want to see just to see if it's as bad as everyone says it is, or if I could get enjoyment out of just how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably go right to streaming very soon, if not already. It
Mm-hmm.
might already be streaming. I want to. It's the type of movie I want to get hammered and throw on. Hopefully, it's not just like just boring bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hopefully, it's like the acting is so bad that I get enjoyment out of it. And the whole concept is just stupid as fuck, and I love it. Kind of like Moonfall.
Yeah.
I need another Moonfall, is what I'm saying. Demand another Moonfall. I need
Oh,
to see what Roland Emmerich's up to right now.
yeah. There's a bunch of. There's not really that many movies I haven't seen this year. Um,
This year is in 2022 or 2023.
23. There's also some in here that I've seen, but I guess I missed and did not review or put on my thing. Like I saw Blue Beetle and whatever, 78 or 77. It wasn't
Huh.
terrible, but it wasn't great. It was a
Right.
fun watch or whatever. Um,
Oh, I'm the Boy and the Heron. I don't know if you're familiar with Hayao Miyazaki
I'm
and
not.
Spirited Away anime.
Oh yes, 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 yes. That's a
His
new.
final film from the master himself.
Yes, I have to add that to my list. I want to see that.
'Cause I'm not an anime guy, and I'm not the biggest animated movie guy, but this is like a going away party that I can't miss.
Yes,
'Cause I love
I want to
all of
see
the
that.
movies.
I love Spirited Away. I love My Neighbor Totoro. I love Princess Mononoke, and there was another one.
He doesn't miss.
What the fuck's the other one?
Um, ah, Howl's Moving Castle,
No,
Princess Mononoke,
Princess Mononoke is fucking amazing.
Castle in the Sky,
Was it Castle in the Sky? Might be Castle in the
or
Sky.
Ponyo.
Might be.
I can
Ponyo
name all
is
of
one.
them,
Ponyo is
and
one of them.
they're all probably going to be.
Okay.
I
Which
mean,
Spirited Away, My Neighbor
any of them.
Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Ponyo, Castle in the Sky.
The Wind Rises.
I haven't seen that one.
Um,
Maybe I should just watch all of these.
you should watch all
Um,
of them because he literally doesn't miss.
I think it was Howl's Moving Castle. I think that one and Castle in the Sky I need to see. Oh no, and Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah,
I have three more to
but
see before I see the Boy and the Heron.
yeah, I've only heard great things about The Boy and the Heron, obviously. I think Spirited Away is the best animated movie of all time. My neighbor
It's up there, dude.
Totoro's
I
up
think I
there.
put
The
uh
man doesn't miss.
I have Spirited Away at 95 out of 100.
I think it's a perfect movie.
It
But
is fucking really
yeah,
close to
that's
perfect
the
movie.
last one on my that's I'm gonna put that on
And
the last one on my list of films that I need to see. I
and
almost forgot about that
I
one.
have My Neighbor Totoro as a 92 out of 100.
I would damn near
Or
put
sorry,
Spirited
My
Away.
Neighbor
I
Totoro.
would need a reason not to give it 100. I
Ponyo.
can't think of
What
any right now.
did I give Ponyo? 82. And what did I give Mononoke? This one is in the 90s. I know that for a fact. Mononoke 93.
Hmm.
These movies are just so good. These are just so good. They're so good.
Speaking of so good, I'm gonna move on to Godzilla minus one.
Go for it.
As if you weren't already sold on it enough. Joe, you're more familiar with the American monster verse than I am.
Mhm.
Obviously, you've been keeping up with it.
Mhm. Well, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you've seen all the movies, right? You've been watching the show.
Yeah.
You're
I wouldn't say like
very familiar with the
I'm an avid
universe.
guy for it, but like, yeah, it's one of those like I've seen all of them, so I have a gist of the. I don't not too deep into the lore, but I have a good understanding of the story.
Yeah, so I don't know what the average budget is for a MonsterVerse project. I would imagine it's probably around like the 200 million mark, something like that. But this one, it's a little controversial. $15 million budget for this
Monsterverse
thing. $15 million US budget for
budget
this thing.
between 170 and 200 for the American Monsterverse.
Hmm. Okay. So this thing's 15 million US. And everybody keeps
What was it? 15.
15 million US dollars, which
Wonderful.
is a little bit skewed because the actors union in Japan is a little fucked and they don't like there's some exploitation going on over there for sure.
Okay.
Like bottom billing people and whatnot.
All right.
But regardless of what's going on over there and how people are treated, they absolutely put premium on good writing over there. Because I don't pick your favorite character, your favorite human character from the American Monsterverse.
Mhm.
The weakest human character in here will put it to shame, I guarantee it.
Oh, okay.
What do you wait for? What do you wait for in the monster? You're like the human characters, you're kind of scrolling through your phone and
I'm
then
yeah, I'm waiting for
the
the fucking.
kaiju show up on screen. You're like, now we're talking. Let's
I'm
get
waiting for
down to
some.
business.
I'm waiting for some fucking monsters. I'm waiting for some fucking titans.
Here, I'm waiting for the humans to come back on screen. That's
Great.
how well they're written. Oh, I haven't I'm trying to think. Well, I'm not gonna say I haven't uh, cried in a due to watching a movie lately because the holdovers brought me some tears for sure. But I haven't watched like a almost a big budget like monster action movie. I don't think you can call this a big budget monster action movie. You
It's
can
a
call it a monster action movie. Monster action movie sounds stupid. We'll just call it a monster movie.
They did the mesh.
No, this is like a war. This is like a war drama with Godzilla elements.
Okay.
You're here for the human characters. And there's I think my favorite scene in this movie is basically ripped right from Jaws. You replace the shark with Godzilla. You get your main character, what's his name? Um that really bad with Japanese names. I'm not racist, but they all in my American ears they all just kind of sound alike. So
Mhm.
your main character is essentially He's a failed kamikaze pilot. They sent him out on a mission after the bombs were dropped, after the war is essentially over.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still sending out kamikaze pilots to hit American ships
Mm-hmm.
just cause.
Is it
And he gets cold feet and he can't do it.
is it this what I'm trying to find the character's name. Is it Koichi?
Koichi, yeah.
Koichi Shish
Koichi.
Koichi Shikishima
And
Shikishima.
Koichi Noriko is the sort of um love interest, but it's not really. They
Mm-hmm.
they those two characters end up raising a kid, but they're not actually together
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't feel he deserves her because he views himself as a failure because he couldn't go through with the kamikaze thing. The opening scene of this movie is fucking incredible too. If you love Jurassic Park, you basically get a baby Godzilla scene
Oh yeah.
before the Bikini Atoll. Um, you know the scene, the Bikini Atoll scene. It turns Godzilla into Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's like a T-Rex sized Godzilla.
Okay.
And he shows up on this island and he starts fucking shit up. He's an aggressive it looks kind of like a T-Rex. Kills everybody on the island and there's there's two survivors left and it's Koichi and the other guy that
Mm-hmm.
made him feel guilty for not being able to go through with it. He comes back later in the movie, but I won't spoil that. But as soon as he shows up, there's the building tension is perfect. It's at night, and the alarms start to go off. So they're looking for like American troops on the beat. They
Mm-hmm.
like the guard tower swivels around the spotlight, expecting to see like landers and American troops showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's essentially just a fucking dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
The reveal is fantastic, and he shows up, fucks up uh the guard tower, starts fucking up all the leftover troops, and then in all the chaos, Koichi gets knocked out.
Okay.
Um, and then Godzilla leaves off screen as he's unconscious.
Hell yeah.
Then he goes back to I think it's not Tokyo, maybe just outside of Tokyo, his hometown. It's completely destroyed uh from the war,
Mm-hmm.
and he's being shunned by everybody because he came back as a kamikaze pilot. So he's a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially the whole movie is about him dealing with stuff like survivor's guilt, PTSD. It's the most characterization I've ever seen from a monster movie, other than maybe the original Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
cared so much about these characters, it was insane.
Might see it this weekend.
Whereas, yeah, my I would say it's probably a combination of Jaws. There's a scene that is very, very similar to Dunkirk that involves some civilian boats. It's really, really cool. And um, I don't know, pick a good war movie.
Um,
I don't know, maybe 1917,
that's
I
oh, yeah,
guess.
I was just about to say that.
A little bit just the way that it's so character heavy. You
Yeah.
spend so much time with that character.
Mhm.
But um, the atomic breath scenes, best I've ever seen from a Godzilla movie. The sound design is ridiculously good. Like I said before, the score, I really struggle with it, putting it like at one or two because Oppenheimer's score is that good.
Is this a score that
So
you could
goddamn good.
listen to at the
I've
gym?
listened to it three times already at work. And are you familiar with the original Godzilla theme?
Yeah.
You know, the, like, um, whatever that rap song is that uses the intro. You know that song? Yeah, they use the original theme and
Ooh.
they interwork it in with this new theme, and it's this awesome mixture of classic and introducing this new movie.
Mhm.
I don't. I got to figure out
I like to base off. I like to
composer.
base my love for scores that like you could listen to when you're at the gym.
It's so goddamn good.
Is this like a gym score?
Probably. I mean, would you say Oppenheimer's a gym score?
Some of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's some apps. Yeah, there's some fucking bangers in here. There's
Okay.
some really suspenseful ones. Okay.
I guess I can't even
Not
score. I
Naiko
can listen to
Sato,
any score at the
Sato.
gym. Like I've listened. I worked out to the fucking Interstellar theme, so it really doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I'll work out to you know, The Gray with Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
I work
I've
out
done
to
that score.
Once More Into the Fray all the time.
It's a good one.
But this one I've listened to 3 times already. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to um the Oppenheimer one,
Uh,
but this is my second. I'm gonna put them both at A1. They're both fucking phenomenal.
Oppenheimer might be my favorite score, so that is good to hear.
It's incredible.
Is there
Emotional.
is
It
there
packs a
anything?
punch. It's got the suspense, the tension, the action scenes. Speaking of the action scenes for I mean not just the score, but um I don't remember the name of the city, but uh Godzilla shows up and fucks it up.
Okay.
He fucks up the whole city in the span of like 5 to 10 minutes.
Is there a score that is as comparable or as put on a pedestal as high as like Can You Hear the Music?
Um Wait, what do you mean?
The Oppenheimer one? Like Can You Hear the Music?
Oh, I don't have the names memorized.
It's one of the first ones. It's
I
like
would say
it,
no, I
the
know what the one you're talking about is from Oppenheimer. I don't have the ones memorized from Godzilla
no. I'm
minus
not
one.
saying don't give me like the names. I'm just saying, is there one like off memory that's just like, yeah, that one's fucking like that's the one.
There's
Like
yeah.
that's
The
the
his
Oppenheimer
attack
one. Like,
on I don't remember the name of the city. He attacks. It's the first time it's not the first time he uses atomic breath because the first time he uses it, you don't see him use it, but you see it like
mm,
coming up out of the water
mm.
and you know what's going on. And it's brilliantly done. But when he does it on land for the first time, when he's fucking up the city, I would say that portion of the soundtrack
God damn.
slaps like a slaps like Ray Rice. It's
Makes you want to kick a
fucking
fat
phenomenal.
kid at Kmart.
It does, as we continue to use phrases that aren't our own,
Yep,
saying
that's what
that so
we
we
do.
don't get in any trouble.
That's what we
But
do here. We
hmm,
use other
nothing's
people's
ever
words. We
our
use
idea.
other people's words so we can't get in trouble for using our own.
As long as we acknowledge it, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Um, so I would yeah, the when he's just demolishing the city and killing thousands and thousands of people. That one, and also the ending, the final battle sequence,
Mhm.
which involves some Japanese destroyers, um, some civilian boats, which is the scene that reminds me of Dunkirk. It's a film that it's makes you believe in community and coming together to accomplish a goal. Kind of like the same way that Dunkirk, you know, the ending of Dunkirk is, and The Martian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Films that make you
I'm gonna
believe
go
in
see it this
coming
weekend.
together for a common goal.
Yeah, I
An uplifting movie
that is
with a
this
bit of a bittersweet ending.
very
But
nice. I'm excited.
yeah, the last battle sequence is a banger too, score wise though.
Fuck yeah.
The whole score is fantastic. It'll make you cry. It'll make you go, "Hmm, okay." We need some of this in America because this is a $15 million budget. Again, I don't think.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
that alone should tell you that we're inflating things. Budgets here are so ridiculously
High. Absurd.
just inflamed
Yeah.
to ridiculous levels to where the Marvels is an hour and a half movie with an almost $300 million budget.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that we can like feasibly have these gigantic blockbusters with $15 million US budgets. That's not what I'm saying.
Hmm.
I'm saying we can definitely find a medium though, to where we're not spending, $250 million on everything. It
Hmm.
can definitely be done if put in the right hands.
Yeah.
I think Oppenheimer is a great example of that. $100 million today is nothing, especially when you look at the return on investment
Hmm.
that movie had, which still blows my mind. But I mean, I'll never doubt Christopher Nolan's box office reputation ever again. Tenet
I'll
was
never
a Tenet
question.
was a I mean, Tenet was released like in the middle of COVID with a $200 million budget. I think it still made like $200 million back or something. I'm not positive on that, but I think Godzilla minus one, and it's a phenomenal looking movie. If you really look hard, you can see there's some kind of janky movements and some visual effects that are you're saying, okay, now I could see the $15 million budget coming out a little bit there, but I mean, if you told me this was like 150, $175 million budget, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. It looked that good.
Mm.
And in the capable hands of
Of people who actually
Takashi
care.
Yamazaki, who directed it, it's like if you got an Oscar winner or a really acclaimed director like P.T. Anderson or Spielberg to do something like this
Mm.
instead of what we love to do, and we love to give gigantic blockbuster budgets to
People who
filmmakers
have
nobody's
no
really
real
heard of.
yeah.
Yeah, we love to give them to rookies.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not giving these budgets to established filmmakers. Um, maybe they don't want to do it. Maybe maybe they think it's beneath them or something. They have more important work to do, which may be true.
Hmm.
But my point is we can absolutely find a happy medium budget wise with our movies because it's so rare that anything ever makes its money back anymore.
Hmm.
And Godzilla minus one has, I think it's the highest grossing Japanese language film ever.
Hmm.
My wording might be a little bit off there. It's the highest grossing Japanese movie on some level. Maybe it's in America
Hmm.
or combined. I think it's both, but don't quote me on that. I'm gonna look up the box office right now. Yeah, so it's earned as of whenever this came out, coming up on $100 million.
Ooh.
So if an American movie, if American blockbuster makes $100 million, you're fucked.
Mm.
I think this is both in Japan and overseas, which I mean they made the budget back and then some. I think what Toho did is super smart too. They gave Legendary Pictures they had a deal with Legendary Pictures that they could make their MonsterVerse with Godzilla, but Toho could still release a Godzilla film.
Yeah.
And I think what they did is they're playing chess, and we're over here barely. We don't even know how to play checkers. We're playing tic-tac-toe over here.
Playing
So
shoots.
they let us hype up the Godzilla name and brand for a decade since the Gareth Edwards one in 2014. With all of these movies and now the TV show, and then they come in riding off the back of all this hype, and they
And be
make
like,
a
this is
movie
what a
that
Godzilla.
is not just head and shoulders above anything that's come out here.
Yeah.
but
Like this
it's
movie.
on the top of a fucking mountain.
So,
That's how good
so
this movie
they
is.
came in and they were like, no, this is how you make a Godzilla movie.
It's fucking phenomenal. I can't. I don't know what I would rate it. 9.6 out of 10.
I got a
It's
96 out of
so
100.
fucking good. I love it so
You would
much.
give it a
I would
96 out of
say
100.
I'd probably give it a 97 out of 100.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at the I mean I hate Rotten Tomatoes, but look up
I'm
the
looking at
Rotten
it right now.
Tomatoes critical response and the
They're the exact same.
audience response. What are they? 98%?
98%
Do you know how good your movie has to be
with
when
2,500
both
audience
the audience
reviews.
and the critics can agree? That's fucking hard to do,
Yeah.
and it deserves it. I went into it. I'm not a Godzilla fan at all. I have no stake in this. I went into it just purely from word of mouth,
Hmm.
and I came out with my mind blown. And I think it also helped. I was in a theater. I think I went to a 10 p.m. showing on a Wednesday.
Mm.
I went in there. The theater wasn't completely packed. I would say it was say 2/3 full, and at least half the audience was Japanese.
Fuck yeah.
I don't see a whole lot of Japanese people around here, but I
How about
mean
Woodward for this movie?
Japanese Japanese speaking Japanese people.
I mean,
And I
it's
mean
fucking.
that
And then you
really
know
helped
what?
with my it really helped with my immersion too.
Love to see that.
They were so into it.
They're out
I
supporting
loved
their
every
guys.
second of it.
This is their guys. This is their
Hmm.
shit.
Good on Toho.
I fucking love
You know they've been waiting to watch this thing in theaters.
it. Oh my God.
And I watched it in an IMAX theater, so
I'm absolutely fired
really
up.
splooged to go see this. And my favorite theater experience, aside from, I don't know. I probably again I'm not going to put one above the other. I'm going to put Oppenheimer and Godzilla minus one on the same tier because I love them both so much.
Mhm.
I want to go again too. I
So
want to go see this thing again.
my favorite movie theater experience is going to be different than yours, obviously, for different reasons.
See,
Uh,
if you can get an IMAX showing, I mean, I'm gonna go see it again this weekend.
okay. When do you want to go?
If we can go at the same, if we can go at the same time.
I feel like we should do that. I feel like movies that come out, we should plan to go at the same time so we can like
Yeah,
not like so we can hold hands and kiss under the light of the theater screen, but that'll just come with the that'll just come in like with the experience.
no,
Um,
we would go to the pig pen. We'll go to the pig pen.
yeah, but I feel like
That'll drown out
it
some of the
would take
noise.
a lot of those. Have you seen this movie yet? No. Have you seen this movie yet? No. It's like we
Yeah.
go and just be like, okay, we saw this movie. We have something to talk about for the show.
Hmm. So, let's see here.
And with these new mics, these little mics that we got, I want to implement like, uh,
We're gonna sneak mics in.
no. I
We're
want
gonna
to,
get arrested.
I want to implement like raw, straight out of the theater reactions onto like TikToks and stuff.
Okay.
Because movie talk is huge.
Yeah.
Like non spoiler, just like initial thoughts. Just sat in my car from the theater type of stuff.
Yeah. So Regal Brandywine is probably the closest one,
Mhm.
and they are showing it Saturday,
Okay.
3:30, 6:40, 9:45.
Um, you work tomorrow night.
I do.
Mm.
So that's why I didn't put Friday on the board unless well, no, there's no showings that would even work for me because the latest one on Friday is I'll still be at work.
When is the what were the Saturday ones?
3:30 p.m., 6:40 p.m., 9:45 p.m.
Do we want to do the 9:45 one?
I'm good with it.
All right, cool. Let's keep that in the books. I'll confirm that tomorrow.
Yep. I'm gonna take a look and see the Fandango seating chart. I'm not imagining it's gonna be. Yeah, there's nobody here.
Yep, we grab the two right in the middle in the back. So I'll confirm that tomorrow, and we can grab them then, and we'll go because I want to see it. I want to see it really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Money well spent.
Yep,
But
and then
next
we can
week,
dive, and then we can really dive deep
let's
into it next week.
yeah, we can talk about have a cumulative. That's not the right word, I don't think. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to use big words to try to sound smart. So I'll just say we're gonna have a informed discussion with the knowledge of both of us having seen it. It'll be good. The holdovers too, which I've seen, which surprised the hell out of me. My
Mhm.
third favorite movie of the year. Say of the year in terms of like 2023, but that's not really because it's not 2023 and Godzilla minus one. I saw that in 2022. So you know what I mean. Recent movies that I've seen over the past like calendar year,
Mhm.
Oppenheimer and Godzilla minus one, and then
The holdovers.
Holdovers. And Holdovers is definitely beneath that. Not because it's, I mean, just because I didn't see it in a theater. It's not like a big sprawling monster movie. It's
Mhm.
not, it's just a damn good movie. So a little peg below those, but I would still say it's an A1 movie. They're
Perfect.
all A1 movies.
Perfect.
So for sake of the argument, we'll go Oppenheimer, Godzilla minus one, The Holdovers, I guess. My three favorite movies of the last calendar year, 365 days.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I will end this with talking about favorite movie theater experiences.
Yep.
What is your favorite movie theater experience ever?
My favorite movie. Oh, that's very tough. I would say I've maybe three, and one of them is for. Okay, I'll go four, and here's why. So Oppenheimer is probably my favorite movie I've ever seen. It's up there. Like it's just came out this like last calendar year, but it's up there as probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. One of my most anticipated movies I've ever seen, and it's up there. I've watched it 10 times so far.
You have the Blu-ray?
No,
They're out there.
I bought it on uh Amazon as soon as it released, so I bought it in 4K.
I'm gonna pick it up on
I want to get
I'm
the
picking it up on Blu-ray from Walmart soon.
yeah, I want to get the 10 of it. So that's probably and I sat
Or I can't anymore.
front row on the 70 millimeter screen.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Well, you're talking front row like Cillian Murphy's chin right in your fucking face.
me and
You
Chris
were part of the meme. You were part of the meme.
me and Chris went and we sat front row at an 11:45 showing.
You said Chris fell asleep during that.
He fell asleep for like 5 minutes during it.
That's absurd.
And then the Trinity scene happened and he was wide the fuck awake.
Ironically, both the loudest and
Well,
quietest
we
moment
went
of the fucking movie.
we went on like a Wednesday night and he was just working all day and then he showed up. He had maybe an hour sleep in between. He came home, he did a whole bunch of stuff, he took a nap, and then we went. And then he had to be at work at 7. And
All
we
right,
got
I'll give him a
here
little.
like
I'll give him a little pass.
yeah.
I know
Um,
Dean and Reagan went to see Napoleon in theaters, and Dean also fell asleep.
mm.
Motherfuckers just ain't did they? They ain't built for the goddamn theater.
I okay, I fell asleep one time during a movie. Only once. And it
What,
was a
Oppenheimer?
no. Just like in my life.
In a movie theater.
Yeah.
I am
And it
physically
was
incapable of falling asleep anywhere other than where I intend to go to sleep for the night.
and
It's something I cannot do.
it was
Can't do
only
it
because
physically.
it was a midnight showing of a movie. And it was with Chris. It might just be because of Chris. Like I just can't go to the movies with Chris. But we saw when we saw
Yeah,
Rogue
maybe.
when I saw Rogue One,
I think Dean, Sean, and I went to go see Rogue One during my freshman Christmas break back in
Mhm.
2016.
I didn't really fall
Another
asleep,
Gareth Edwards movie
but
too,
I like kind
where
of
they didn't
dozed.
show enough of the villain.
Yeah. I didn't really fall asleep, but I kind of was just like nodding in and out
Yeah,
at the
I
end.
went to. I think I've only been to one midnight showing of a movie, and it was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Mm.
Because this was when this was right after graduation, where Dean Reagan and I went to go watch it in. I think it was like a 9:30 showing,
Mm.
and we got there, and then every single theater was taken up by whichever Marvel movie it was at the time.
Mm.
Every single one. So I think we had to get refunds, and then there was like 2.5 hours that we had to kill. So we went to a beer store. I found some glasses on the side of the road. I put them on, and then I lost them before I left the theater.
Mm.
They must have missed 2/3 of the movie,
Mm.
but I had a fucking whale of a time. I snuck a bunch of beers in. I had to. I have never gone to piss in the middle of a movie before in a
Mm.
movie theater, but I was damn close. I
Mm.
was filled to the fucking brim with Miller Lite.
Mm. So okay, so that was the only time I fell asleep. Oppenheimer up there is one of my favorites because I was most anticipated. Um, for a and then I have three Marvel, and I'll explain. Just hear me out. Um, Endgame is probably my all time favorite because it was just like midnight showing, opening night. The fucking place went ballistic, and it was one of those things where like everyone in the movie theater was fucking standing up and cheering during the scene where everybody got revived, and I was like, this is fucking badass. Um, another, I wouldn't say it's a favorite. It would be when I saw Alicia and I went to see No Way Home, and when all three Spider-Men on the screen at once. Like the only reason I was like so fired up
You're
is I was
just
like,
jizzing
I
in the
was,
seat.
but I was just because like I was like this is
No way!
I was like this is just like
No
my
way!
I was like this is just like my entire childhood coming together at this moment right here. Like this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
the other most memorable was during Wakanda Forever when I fucking lost it in tears when they were talking about Chadwick Boseman, like right after he died. I was crying my eyes out.
this was the second Black Panther movie.
Yeah, it's the one they had to rewrite because of his death.
Might have been Black. That might have been the movie that they took Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent out of.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been that one. If it was
But like,
2022, I think it's
yeah,
2022.
they like started the movie off with his quote unquote death scene where his sister Shuri's trying to like save him by like trying to create like a new cell or whatever to try to fix his illness or whatever. And the mom comes in and she is crying because he passed. Then the whole funeral scene, I was crying during it. Um, the intro, how the Marvel logo pops up, was all purple for Chadwick, and it was all dead. It was dead. They didn't have any music playing or anything. And instead of showing clips from the movies, it was just clips of him. So I cried. And then at the very end, when they introduce his son, to T'Challa's son, and Sherry sitting. It's when that Rihanna song started playing, like the
This girl is on
yeah, that one. That's
fire.
Alicia Keys, but that's
Yeah,
different.
I'm not the biggest Rihanna expert.
But
Um,
the lift me up.
Love the way you lie.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. But
Oh,
no,
that was the one. Okay.
yeah, no, it's called Lift Me Up. It's very it pulls at your like heartstring because when like it was the song was written for that movie for him. So they played that at the end where Sherry's sitting at the beach, just like thinking about him. There's flashback scenes of him. So that was very emotional. And then you find his son, and they say what like she asks him his name, and he was named after Chadwick Boseman. So I was like, that's when I like lost it. And Alicia looked over. She goes, "Are you crying?" And I looked back at her, fucking just tear. And I was like, "Yes." And she looked, and I looked at her, and she was crying. And I was like, "Okay, like yeah." So
Mm.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Want to get married? Was
um,
that the moment?
no, no, no yeah, that was the moment. Um, and then I think my
But now,
probably my second all time favorite would be midnight showing of the Deathly Hallows Part Two.
okay. I
And
mean,
those,
that's
because when you were talking about you've only been to one midnight
it's
showing,
worthy.
I went to
I bet it was packed.
it was ridiculous. I saw it 7 times in theaters.
Christ.
I went because the first one came out in like 2001.
Sounds right.
My grandmother took me and Mark, not at midnight, but uh,
Early Bird Special.
yeah, whatever, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, go get dinner and then go watch the movie. And we did that opening night uh, until 2011, until that last one. And that last one, I was like, we're going at midnight.
So this was like the first. That was like the first showing.
Yeah, for the Deathly Hallows Part One or Part Two. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yep.
Now, a tough decision. You have to pick one. You have to pick one. This is Sophie's choice. Rip the band-aid off.
Probably
It's
Endgame.
gonna be
I don't think I'll experience a movie theater all standing up in unison, screaming and cheering like that again.
well, now when it comes to Marvel,
No, I'm just like
I think
all.
that time
Well,
is
yeah, not when
certainly
it comes.
passed.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think anybody's gonna do that for the Marvels, but
no, I just think
I
it was everything together at once, and the fucking place went like I like it was. That was probably the best movie theater experience that I've been a part of. I've been a part of really cool ones and a lot of awesome ones, but I think that one is like the best one I've been a part of.
don't think I've ever been a part of like a franchise audience where everybody's on the same page, like cheering for
Just like we've all lived through the
stuff like
tinge
that.
and
Mm.
everything.
Yeah, I've never been in a theater where people are cheering or anything, but um, let's see. Moneyball was pretty cool, an unexpected one, quiet movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it blew away everybody who was watching it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I've ever been in a movie theater where at the end they're like everybody starts clapping, even though nobody who made the film is there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best baseball movie of all time. But let's see. Alien Covenant was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not a packed theater because that movie didn't do too well. But I that was my first time I'd ever got to see an Alien movie in theaters,
Mm-hmm.
and to this day I will like even more so than how I used to feel. I think Alien Covenant is a criminally underrated movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better than Prometheus. I think it's
That the one?
probably
Is that the
it's
one
the
with the
third
Predator?
best Alien movie. I go Alien, Aliens, Alien Covenant, and then and then I guess I don't know. Prometheus isn't really an Alien movie.
Is
It's in the universe,
Prometheus?
but
Prometheus is
Prometheus is
he's the one with the
good.
Predator.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here we are, stooping down to these levels yet again. Any excuse to just any excuse to just pick that low-hanging fruit, no matter how rotten it is, no matter how many times it's been picked. It's like the community horror. How many times are you gonna hit it?
Every single time.
And this is exactly what I had to deal with when I was watching Alien Covenant in theaters. Every every commercial, every preview that came through, because I was there with Nick, I was there with Dean, I was there with Sean, I was there with Ryan, and
This is the one with the Predator.
I was in the middle of all of them, and Ryan and Sean would not stop. They would not shut the fuck up. Every time a preview would come, he'd be like, "Where's the Predator? Is the Predator coming in soon? Uh-oh, that looks like an alien to me." I was really pissed at Snowden too because we grew up watching um the Alien movies
Yeah,
and Alien versus Predator before we knew what a bad movie was.
yeah.
So I w I was especially heartbroken at that. I was like, "You're supposed to be support. You're supposed to be my support here." He was like, "Is that the pre? I don't. I'm sorry. That's the Predator, though, right?" And then Dean got in on it
Hmm.
because of peer pressure.
Hmm.
But I would not let it ruin me.
Hmm.
Then there's the one infamous scene from Covenant where there's the two Michael Fassbenders, the infamous flute scene where he's like, "I'll do the fingering," and
Hmm.
then and everybody just lost it. And I was like, you just don't get it. Like they were laughing. I was not laughing at the time. I
Just
was like,
yelling at the you're
I've waited years to watch
yelling
an
at the
alien film.
crowd for laughing. You're just like, shut up! Everyone shut up!
Yeah, I could hear snickering throughout the theater when he was like, "I'll do the fingering." I was like, Alien is innately, it has sexual undertones. It always has. You guys just don't get it. Obviously, they don't. Obviously, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I watched it. But I watched it again recently. This is the my no Wi-Fi era. Right
Mhm.
after Sean gave me his um my Christmas present, which was a little weed gummy, literally that fucking big.
Mm.
So one night I had nothing to do, and I was like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Mhm.
So I popped it in, I put Alien Covenant in, and I was transported to another planet.
With the Predator.
Yeah, I was transported to Epstein Island.
Oh, the one that's with Godzilla.
Yeah,
Oh shit,
I'm
dude! You
gonna
had
make that a thing. I'm
The
gonna make that a
Godzilla
thing.
and Predator.
That'll be great. And
I mean,
then they're gonna tease the sequel with like Xenomorph Egg or something.
yeah,
Face hugger. But the face hugger is like
Dean's mom.
face huggers in Stephen Hawking's wheelchair. I don't know,
You didn't
but
hear what I said.
I'm very sidetracked right now.
You didn't
But
hear what I said.
what did you say?
You
You
said
say under your breath.
no, 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 no. I said it very loudly into the mic. Dean will hear
All
it
right.
when you talked about who the
Probably did
face.
hear it.
He'll hear it when he hears about who the face hugger was. He'll hear who I said.
So you're not gonna tell me I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
No, I said it was his mother.
Oh, Dean's mom?
Yeah.
It's a weekly thing, people. This is our thing.
Yeah.
We
This
shit
is
on Dean.
yeah.
Dean and I are, we're in a your mama joke war. So, and this is my home turf.
Yeah.
Use this podcast. This podcast is an excuse for me to hit Dean's mom with like a fucking whale joke or something.
Any kind of joke, any kind of your mama joke is welcome on the show.
Yeah,
And
but here we
it's
are.
only because that nobody else is on the show with us, and no one can clap back.
Exactly. It's a
We're not going to say
dangerous
it.
thing when you really think about
You
it.
think we're going to say it on the other show? Absolutely not. We're going to say it here where doors are closed.
Although that would be, I mean, that would be
So
an incredible um back and forth.
that'd be
If
so funny.
live we start the sparring with your mom jokes, and then everybody just sitting back and we get really into it because we sit right next to each other in the live podcast. So it would get violent for
That'd be
sure.
so funny. Okay,
But
so
anyway, that it would be
yeah,
best
you
theater
have to pick one.
experience I ever had though. I want to throw Annihilation in there too. Um, because I think we were all high when we watched that, and I will stick by it. That is the best movie to watch when you're high.
Not
Annihilation
Moonfall.
is bar none the greatest high movie of all time.
Not Moonfall.
No, Moonfall is a good like hammer movie. You get hammered and you just say, "I'm having so much fun. This is so fucking stupid. I love it." And that's what you do.
That's why
You
I
can get
think
high too,
that's why I think
but
if you're fucking fried and you watch Moonfall, you're like, this is
I
sick.
wouldn't be able to stop laughing if I was watching Moonfall high, which would be really fun. But when I watch Annihilation high, I'm just,
Mhm.
especially the bear scene.
Oh yeah.
When I'm high, I'm actually scared. And I've seen that scene about 10 times.
Hmm.
But I think 1917 was incredible in
That was a
theaters.
fun one. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
We sat very
But
close. We
we
got
we
we got
weren't
very
front
close.
row seats, but we
We were like third
no,
row.
we were like right in front of the disabled section.
Yeah.
I think it was just far away enough where it wasn't distracting.
It was me, you, Sean
I didn't feel like
Capelli.
I was being
It
stepped
was
on
me,
the whole
you,
time.
Sean, Nick, and Dean. And Nick, Sean, and Dean wouldn't shut up the entire time.
Yeah, but I mean, that you got to know what you're signing up for. Some
Yeah.
people, some people don't. It's kind of like golf etiquette, right? I don't respect golf etiquette at all. Like people will get my dad will get annoyed at me when I like stand in the like I walk through somebody's putting line
Mhm.
and they'll have to like reset for 3 minutes. I'm like, dude, it ain't that deep. But that's like me in the movie theater. I have to reinforce movie theater etiquette. Like,
Mhm.
please just be quiet. Please
Mhm.
don't talk. And that's not just movie. I think that's just general movie etiquette because when I watched the holdovers, I watched it with my whole family, and um I remember my brother wouldn't shut the fuck up. Not Ryan, Matt, my youngest brother. He would not shut the fuck up. Um, my mom has a tendency to talk during movies because she's so impatient. She'd be like,
Mhm.
oh, why do you do that? What, like, watch.
Mhm.
I'm sure they're going to tell you why.
Yeah.
So watching movies with my family is always like that. But my favorite movie theater experience, and I think I can confidently say this now, is Overlord 2018, the Nazi zombie movie
Yep.
with Wyatt Russell and my French queen, Mathilde Olivier. Still love her. And I'm still very, very, very heartbroken that 1899 got canceled by Netflix. Thanks a lot. But that was the perfect storm of that intro scene, the D-Day landings with the airborne.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite opening scenes ever. And seeing that in theaters was the best way to bring me into that world. It was so immersive.
Mhm.
It was a relatively low budget too. I think it was like $38 million or something.
Mhm.
And it could have easily been like a B schlocky horror movie, horror action movie. And it to a degree it had elements like that, but I think it took itself just seriously enough where I shockingly cared about the characters, which is shocking for a movie like this.
Mhm.
Um the the action sequences were all brutal and I mean the sound of the guns, it didn't sound Hollywoodized where the guns sound cheap. It sounded like actual guns being fired on set with like blanks and stuff. Um, there's some cool practical effects mixed with CGI. It's the type of movie that I love to watch in theaters.
Yeah.
It was so good, and it's still my favorite movie of 2018. One of my favorite movies of the 2000s.
Mhm.
I love that movie so much. So that's my favorite movie theater experience.
Sweet.
But tell us down in the comments what your favorite movie theater experience is.
Mhm.
I'll do the YouTube thing where I say, hit the bell notification, like and subscribe, all that bullshit.
Yeah. Because
I'm
again, we're
never gonna do that though, because I can't do that. I can't
yeah.
ask people to subscribe. If you like it, you're gonna subscribe.
If you don't like it, whatever.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then you probably like Cutter Gautier.
Yeah. You're a quitter.
Hmm.
Next week we will have movie news. We will do a movie news
Yeah,
update.
I will
Uh,
have that.
we will go back to all of our running segments and
Yeah.
maybe we'll throw new ones in here and there or split them up every other week. We do one or the other. We'll figure it out. But New Year, same us,
Hmm.
and Godzilla -1 next show. So get ready. If you haven't seen it, go see it because we're gonna fucking spoil everything about it. And
Better than anything America's coming out with.
yeah. And on that note, bye.
Bye now.